we got here. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why
I want to make people feel the way this makes me feel, because this is like, it goes back to my childhood, really.
Obviously looked the part, and my mother named me that whenever I was a little chubby kid.
Jelly Roll!
What if I told you that one of country music's biggest stars started on a path no one could have predicted? Meet Jelly Roll, whose real name is Jason DeFord. His transformation from a troubled youth to a Grammy-nominated artist is as shocking as it is inspiring. With lyrics that cut deep and tell of battles most people wouldn't dare to share, Jelly Roll's journey isn't just unexpected. It's a story that will leave you wondering just how he managed to get this far. Before we go into the meat of it, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Stay updated on the latest stories and keep up with all the buzz. Jelly Roll's story begins in Nashville, Tennessee, a city renowned for its rich musical heritage. But for Jason DeFord, the streets of Nashville were less about honky tonk bars and more about survival. His father was a bookie and his mother struggled with a drug addiction, setting the stage for a turbulent childhood. By the age of 14, Jelly Roll was already in and out of juvenile detention centers, having been arrested for drug possession, drug dealing, shoplifting, and aggravated robbery. The streets became his classroom and crime his curriculum. There was a time in my life where I truly thought this was it, Jelly Roll recalls, reflecting on the period when he believed his future was destined to be a life of crime and incarceration. Music, however, was always part of his life. Even as he drifted deeper into the world of crime, he found solace in writing songs. I knew that I loved music, and I knew it was the only thing I had any skill set in. Without the chaos around him, music provided a small beacon of hope, though he never imagined it could be the key to turning his life around. At 24, after a decade of revolving through the doors of various detention centers and prisons, Jelly Roll experienced a turning point that would alter the course of his life. While serving time, a prison guard delivered some unexpected news. Jelly Roll had become a father. "DeFord, you had a kid today," the guard told him. The news hit him like a ton of bricks. Up until that moment, Jelly Roll had been living his life with little regard for the future, but the birth of his daughter, Bailey, forced him to reevaluate his choices. The realization that he now had someone depending on him gave Jelly Roll a new sense of purpose. "Even when I left there, I didn't have a plan," he admits. But the thought of his daughter gave him the motivation he needed to change. And it was not an instant transformation, but it marked the beginning of a journey toward redemption. Jelly Roll's early forays into music were deeply rooted in the southern hip-hop scene. His informal mixtapes, which he handed out alongside drugs as a sort of business card, reflected the gritty reality of his life at the time. Tracks like Pop Another Pill gave listeners a glimpse into his world, a world filled with drugs, crime, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. "I have a line in that song to show you where I was in my mental space. I ain't got no single, no potential for the radio, no single radio," Jelly Roll explains, highlighting his lack of self-belief during those years. Besides his early success in the rap scene, something was missing. It wasn't until he began experimenting with singing that he discovered the true direction his music should take. The twang in his voice, a natural product of his Nashville upbringing, resonated more with country music fans than he ever expected. His acoustic ballad, Save Me, released in 2020, became a breakout hit, marking a valuable moment in his career. Jelly Roll's success in country music didn't happen overnight. It was the result of years of hard work, perseverance, and a willingness to admit feeling open. His music, characterized by its deeply personal lyrics and heartfelt delivery, quickly gained a dedicated following. Songs like Son of a Sinner and Need a Favor are imbued with the pain and struggles of his past, making them relatable to a wide audience. In 2022, just before turning 39, Jelly Roll won the Country Music Association Award for Best New Artist, a remarkable achievement for someone who had spent most of his life in and out of jail. That same year, he scored his fourth #1 country hit and was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards. "Success is on the other side of it," Jelly Roll tells his fans, emphasizing the importance of perseverance and self-belief. In all of these values, Jelly Roll remains humble about his achievements. "I'm starting to feel like I've earned it," he admits, though he continues to struggle with feelings of imposter syndrome. "I'm still a guy that's haunted by my past," he says, acknowledging that his journey is far from over. But instead of letting his past define him, Jelly Roll uses it as a source of strength, a reminder for how far he's come. Jelly Roll's music doesn't just entertain, it heals. His candidness about his struggles with addiction, mental health, and his criminal past made him a beacon of hope for many who feel lost or broken. Fans like Dale Henry and her daughter Kelsey Roberts find solace in his songs. It just really touches your soul, Henry says. When you hear him say, "Save me from myself," it just makes me think there's such pain there, and he just exuberates it through his music. I just love him. His latest album, Whitsett Chapel, is a testament to his journey and the impact he hopes to have on others. The album is anchored by the song She, which tells the story of a woman struggling with drug addiction, a narrative that hits close to home for Jelly Roll, whose own mother battled similar demons. The song is a powerful reminder of how far he's come and the lives he hopes to touch with his music. But Jelly Roll's influence extends beyond his music. He's become a voice for those who feel unheard, particularly within the incarcerated community. Today, when Jelly Roll visits jails and detention centers, he's no longer an inmate but a source of inspiration. It might be welding for you, it might be Barbary, whatever it is, find that thing, he advises the inmates he meets. It might just be starting with simply being a good father. His message is one of hope and resilience, a testament to the power of second chances. "I'm trying to just encourage, inspire, and entertain," he says. "I'm just trying to get you free for a minute." For many of the young people he speaks to, Jelly Roll is living proof that it's possible to overcome even the darkest of circumstances. Because of his outward success, Jelly Roll is candid about the ongoing struggles he faces. "There's a very dark hallway between my ears," he admits, acknowledging the lingering effects of his past. Bunny, a podcaster who calls herself the Trailer Park Barbara Walters, has been instrumental in helping Jelly Roll navigate the complexities of fame and success. Together, they are raising Bailey, the daughter who first gave Jelly Roll the motivation to change. Jelly Roll's journey is far from over. He continues to grapple with the ghosts of his past, but he's determined not to let them define him. "I talk to God when I need a favor," he says, acknowledging that his relationship with faith is a complicated one. As Jelly Roll continues to evolve as an artist, he remains committed to using his platform to inspire and uplift others. But more than that, it's a story of the healing of a man who, against all odds, found a way to turn his life around and use his experiences to help others. Jelly Roll's future in the music industry looks bright, with new projects on the horizon and an ever-growing fan base. As he continues to release new music and tour the country, Jelly Roll remains focused on what matters most, staying true to himself and his message. He's currently working on a new album that he describes as his most personal project yet. "I'm digging even deeper into my story," he says. "I want to continue being vulnerable and honest in my music, because that's what connects with people. That's what makes it real."